Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host 𝙒𝙖𝙩𝙨. Joining me today is Sumit Peer, and do we have news for you? Chandrayaan 3, as it readies itself for the launch, the left liberals and the cabal are having a horrible time. They don't want India to make any progress, and they feel like every step that India makes towards getting more and more up to date with technology, it hurts their chances of coming back to power into 2024. It's very clear from the way they are posing all these things. Let's understand a little bit more about what the cabal's intentions are, and to also look at a contrast, comedy of contrast. Let's welcome our guest of the evening, Sumit Peer. Sumit ji, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel.
Shri sir, namaskar, pranam, vanakkam and sadhuwa. Thank you very much for the invitation. Pleasure to be with you and with our viewers.
So Sumit ji, Chandrayaan, this is, ISRO is one of those places, the quiet achievers. They go and they do their stuff. You know about them only when they launch their missions a few days before, if any. This time, they have been ridiculed for taking the design to Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam and placing it at the feet of Lord Venkateshwara. What's wrong in that, Sumit ji? I do it even for little things. I place it in front of God before I take it out and start using it. Nothing wrong in that. That is our belief system. Why are these morons even talking about this?
Shri sir, sabse pehle, the first to begin with, let's do the Shri Ganesha. Today, the nation deserves to be congratulated on two events. One is the successful launch of Chandrayaan 3, and second, today is the Shivratri of Sawan. We have two Shivratris, main one. One is Mahashivratri, and one is today the Sawan Wali Shivratri. Though every month there is a Shivratri, so today is a double, celebration for us. So on that occasion, let me congratulate all of you, and all the fellow people and all our viewers on that. Now, when you talk about the Chandrayaan 3, when our India achieves a milestone, when our India is going to the next level, when our India is seen as a global player, when our India is breaking the shackles, when our India is rejecting imperial arrogance, whenever India is saying no to the Western dominance, whenever India is exerting on its own, whenever Indians are proving their mettle, whenever Indian scientists are proving their salt, whenever India is setting its benchmarks, whenever there is a pride for 1.4 billion Indians, the cabal cannot even fathom that thought. Forget the achievement. So this cabal has allergic to this, because when all these things happen, it's a prosperous, developing and a powerful nation which is telling and which is announcing of the world stage, look, my time has come, mera waqt aa gaya hai. This is what the cabal does not want to do. This is where the cabal has problems. And the problem is, ek Hindi mein kahavat hai, Karela us pe neem chada. So the problem is, when you add salt to the injury, what we say in English, is when these guys are Hindus, they are devout Hindus, they are scientists, they are PhDs, they are masters, and they're the top notch in the world. Let's not kid ourselves. ISRO is in the top 3 space organizations in the world today. Now, when these people, as brilliant as scientists they are, I worked with ISRO for my some work, and I know how dedicated they are. They're the people who could get jobs anywhere. They're the people who have always offers from NASA and all. Still, these people choose to wear a rubber tire slipper and go on their scooter, two-wheeler, and go to ISRO and work for the country. I know the men, I know the mettle these people have, because I've worked very closely with. I've been to ISRO Bangalore numerous times. So these are the people, and when they're devout Hindus, they are the ace scientists and they're devout Hindus. When there's this union happens between a devout scientist, an ace scientist and an ace Hindu, that is where the problem becomes multitude for the cabal. Because they don't want you. They said, look, if you're a scientist, you're Western. You should wear a suit, you should wear a tie, you should be eating, drinking, having all kinds of food and stuff. And you should not believe in Hinduism. You should say, sir, they are all outdated. These rituals, dogmas are outdated. No, this is not all this. There's nothing scientific about it. That is what the cabal wants us to think, believe, and perceive. But when these people value Bhagwan or the Lord or the Creator or Mahadev, Sri Hari Vishnu, Sri Tirupati Balaji, when they see him and value him about their wisdom and what the science has given us, that is where Cabal sits thinking. When these scientists go to Sri Tirupati Balaji and the media covers them, the Cabal starts thinking. And the liberals start jumping, the Western media starts coming in, and all the things to demean this great achievement starts happening. Now let's look at a couple of aspects. The first aspect, Sri Sir, is what is the cost of Chandrayaan? I think Chandrayaan is cheaper than Adipurush. We have discussed about the Adipurush, that disaster, what they made. It's cheaper than the Adipurush. When we were saying that these space missions are cheaper than the Hollywood movies, people used to laugh at us. Now, I was looking at some data sent to me by Sachinji just now. Now, if you look at last 3 missions, it is lesser than the mission which lunar mission which United States did in 1960. Cost of all 3 missions is still in 2023 lesser than a 1960 mission of United States of America. When you are doing a lot of things in house, when there have been incidences where we have all seen the case of Mr. Nambinarayan, how he was targeted, how his repute was tarnished, how his family had to suffer, how this man had to live through all the trauma. When you see the movie Rocketry, which is done by Madhavanji, a fantastic man and a patriot. Now, when you go through that movie, you see how much that person contributed to the country. And amidst that contributions, how much he had to suffer. And yesterday only, I think day before yesterday, Mr. Nambinarayan was there and he gave a statement. If Italians would have not intervened, we could have got this years back. If Italians would have not intervened, we could have got this years back. And that is the apathy. How cryogenic technology, cryogenic engine technology, when India was about to acquire it, how did the people try to stop it? And what was done to these people? And how were these all, players of this Mr. Sri Kumar and others used to scuttle the projects and to make the lives of such people like Mr. Nambinarayan, miserable. And let me tell you, Sri Sir, there are around 20 to 30 ISRO scientists, maybe more, which have died mysteriously in the last 2 decades or more. So how are these people died? We've seen the Nambinarayan and amidst all the budgets, amidst having a budget which is peanuts. If you look at the budget of ISRO and compare it with the budget of NASA, it's literally peanuts. Still you are able to deliver. Still your dedication, your love for country, your zeal for country, your mission to make India a space power is working. Now, ISRO is the only company or the organization which has a record of putting 104 satellites in orbit. I remember the day, I think it was Donald Trump who was at the helm of affairs in the United States of America, when he asked somebody, there was a Senate meeting or something happening, he asked somebody, I read about this thing in ISRO, is it true? Somebody said, yes, it is true. Then he said, what was NASA doing? How could these guys at ISRO put 104 satellites? It's still a record nobody could beat, and NASA could not do it. Why these ISRO guys are doing so well? Because our scientists at ISRO and our scientists at DRDO, they work for the country. They are not working for money. They work for the Naam and Nishan. That is pride, honor of the country, not for just how much money can you mint. That is why India is successful. When we are doing these missions at minimal cost, and when we have done these missions where the failing rate is more than 50%, our landing rates, our reaching the targets, accomplishing the missions have been fantastic. This is what is helping the people, because sir, with these all achievements, the country is getting more confident. The people are getting more confident. The name of Indian tech is getting more reliable. You see, after those 104 launches, a lot of business from European launches and American launches and even Singaporean launches has come to India because we do the cheapest and the most reliable launches in the world. Our insurance cost is the cheapest in the world. And yet, we have the PSLVs, we have the GSLVs, we are working on both. We have launched so many satellites in the orbit. Now, whose business is affected? Somewhere down the line, the person who is affected most is Arianespace. Because Arianespace was once upon a time, they are the part of EADS, they used to dominate this business. And after the ISRO coming into picture, we started taking a pie. And if you look at what India has, we have given satellites, free satellite access to all the neighboring countries. Though Pakistan chose not to take it from us, which is their jihadi mentality, we can't change it.
So they were busy with something else. Sumitji,
yeah,
they were very busy with something else. Let's take a quick look at what they have accomplished.
Yeah.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift off.
That was a great hot air balloon experiment.
Sir, it is International Space Station launched by Pakistan. Because for them, this is, and they have also launched a lot of gizmos, with Pakistan Airlines and all. I'll request Sachin ji, if he has some pictures, he can also put them. So when we are really doing the mission, this is what they are doing. Let me remind you, there was this gentleman called Fawad Chaudhry, the Mota. Fawad Chaudhry said in 2022. Okay, let's see the pictures. Oh, wow, Sachin ji. What are pictures? Look, these are all the aircraft. There is space technology, there is rocket technology, aviation technology, optics, electromagnets, everything you can see here. And you can see a PIA in green color, you can see a PIA in pink color, you can see a PIA in blue color. And if somebody confiscates a plane in Malaysia or in Saudi Arabia, you don't have to worry. We can make one of the balloons. We can have a new, nice, hot balloon made. This is what Pakistan is doing. And Sri sir, let me talk to you about Fawad Chaudhry had said in 2022, we'll put a man in the space. I think we are already in 23. But I realized the mistake. It has to be 3023. Because by that time, Fawad Chaudhry's bones would have decayed in the grave. And if you do the sonar test, you will not find the bones there. So when the person doesn't live, his bones have disappeared. So what is the importance of what he said? Not only that, last around 8 or 10 days back, their finance minister told that we are going to compete with India's economy by the end of this decade, sir. 2023 wala decade. And by the next decade, we'll beat India. I mean, I know how can they beat India. We were spending millions of dollars in making the Chandrayaans. What do they need to do? They need to get a hot air balloon, paint Pakistan, and then put some hot gas into it and send it up. And it's so simple. And that's what Pakistan has been doing. Now, Pakistan needing Bernal and Fevicol. Kindly note my words. So, Bernal is for, Jalna. Fevicol is for Patna. So, when then Pakistan needs the Bernal and Fevicol, I understand. But today, what I'm amazed to see, this Bernal and Fevicol combination is needed by a lot of people. There are a lot of people in this world who need suddenly this Bernal and Fevicol. They are astonished at our thing. The first thing, what these people start talking, let me take the liberals first. Liberals, oh, what is the need of going to a temple? Are you saying the Hinduism is above science? Does Hinduism have all this technology? Why are these scientists or these are, fanatics? We've seen all kinds of memes, all kind of fun, everything being, thrown at us, and most of these people, incidentally, are not Pakistanis. And most of these people, incidentally, are not from any other religion. Most of these people, incidentally, are Hindus. This leftist cabal, and they want to, what is the idea, sir? The idea is somehow bring down the repute of India, question Indian technology, question Indian capability, question Modi, question BJP, question everything what an organization, devout organization like ISRO can do, question everything that talks of Indian ethos and Indian zeal and Indian capability to deliver. Same happened in the vaccine. When we made the vaccine, it's a fake vaccine. Why doesn't Modi put the vaccine on himself? Where was this vaccine tested? It takes 10 years to make a vaccine. It takes 15 years to do a field trial. How could you, how can you be sure on the components? How can you make a vaccine in $3? How do we know millions of people will not die? How do we know this vaccine is tested? All kinds of, and even they went to the level of saying that this vaccine can cause impotency. This vaccine will affect your brain. This can give you heart. All kinds of things happened. Again, what was the idea? To fail the vaccine. China's vaccine gets approval. Farji vaccine of China gets approval by United Nations. Our vaccine made by Bharat Biotech did not get approval for months. When the Prime Minister of the country, all his cabinet ministers and all the government officials were inoculated with that vaccine. If you talk of a field trial, we had done field trial with 50 lakh people who had been inoculated in India. Yet it was not good enough for United Nations to give an approval to it. So WHO, these United Nations, and all these people were playing games. And that Dr. Tedros, the Ethiopian guy, or wherever he's Somalian, wherever he is, he was playing all these games, delaying the approval. So whenever India tries to make a benchmark, this cabal, the whole international thing gets together and everybody plays to the script. It's like a properly manicured garden where you can see levels of flowers, where you can say leaves trimmed, and everybody is playing to that script. That is where the problem is. Now, I want to first ask these liberals. Let me address them first, because they are around us only. You are telling me that these Hindus are fanatics. Hinduism knows nothing. Hindus don't know anything. They value Jyotish. They value, Hindu astrology and Jyotish above science. Well, that is not the case. First of all, let me tell you. But Jyotish has its own relevance, science has its own relevance. But let me give you an example, Mr. Liberal, whoever you are, and if I challenge you, if you can answer me this, I'll shave my head. Answer me. I'm challenging you on the social media. I'm challenging you on the media. I'll shave my head if you answer me this. One question, ek sawal. If you are of your salt, answer this question. Now, Sri sir, you know, very recently, around last 50, 70 years, we have put satellites in the space, right? Now, these satellites are multi-million, billion-dollar toys, which are expensive, LEO, MEO, GEO, whichever satellite you want to talk about, right? Low orbit, medium orbit, and high orbit satellites. Spy satellites, resolution Ka band, Ku band, C, extended C, inside C, all kinds of bands are there. As I understand this domain a little bit. Now, what happens is, now these satellites can today give you a, warning. There will be a solar eclipse on this date, there will be a lunar eclipse on this date, there will be this eclipse, there will be this thing happening on this date, right? Now, okay, and these satellites are quite accurate. Good. Now, if you look at our Jyotish, if you look at our Panchangs, which everybody has at his home, which costs 30 rupees. 30 rupees is how much? 20 cents, 25 cents. Now, for last 5,000 years, we as Hindus have been projecting the same solar eclipse, same lunar eclipse, same occurrences with 101% accuracy. What your billion-dollar toys can do for last 50 years possibly, Panchang can do it, has been doing it successfully year on year, month on month, event on event, occurrence after occurrence for last 5,000 years. We use this Vijeshwar Panchang, and I think the addition we are using is 5,000 something. So for more than 5,000 years, the Panchangs have been there and have been predicting accurately. Now, if all Hinduism is false, if our gods and belief is anti-science, and we should, relinquish this and become devotees of science and all, how come our Panchang was able to predict this for last 5,000 years and with damn accuracy? How can, when you look at our grey nakshatras and all, we can predict there can be a flood, we can predict there can be a drought, and we have been fairly accurate in that. How do we know that this person will go there, this person will go? Now, how do we look at a square, we do our calculations and we can predict your whole life and up to 90-95% accurate? How do all the respected people of the world, when you believe in numerology, it is okay. When you believe in alphabets, okay. But when you talk about Jyotish and anything that is Hindu, then the problem starts happening. The hell starts breaking loose. It's like Lucifer has left the hell and hell has broken loose. Why does this always happen when it is Hindu faith? Why going to Sri Tirupati Balaji is irking them? Because at the end of the day, if Hindus realize the power of Sanatana dharma, realize the power of their religion, and then mix it with the science and the modern day development, we will dominate, will rule the world. This is where the fright is. This is where these liberals are activated. That is why they start mocking anything which has to do with Hindu faith. And Mr. Liberal, if you can explain me how for last 5,000 years our Panchangs have been able to predict these occurrences, got them well. Who are the people who invented sign table? Us, right? Before the Western civilization was born and the Abrahamic faiths were born. Who were the people who invented the medicine? Us, Charak. Who was the first plastic surgeon? Shustra, right? 500 BC. Who invented sign tables? Us. Who invented zero? Us. Who invented negative numbers? Us, right? ये सचिन जी क्या लिख रहे हैं? सुमित जी, फरहान बेग मुगल बॉर्डर के पास आपको रियल साइंटिस्ट सैटेलाइट लॉन्च. अच्छा, that's a good one, Sachin ji. So, who invented these discoveries? Now, imagine there are no sign tables, there are no negative numbers, there is no zero, there is no science, right? There is no plastic surgery, there is no medicine, there is no. So, this is the contribution of Indian civilization. And what was Indian civilization 500 BC? Indian civilization 500 BC was Jyotisha, was our trigonometry, our Jyotish, our Vigyan. I call it the Vigyan, I call it the science. This science was what has driven the things. And that is why invaders came looking for us. Why did Bakhtiyar Khilji destroy Nalanda? Because when he realized the epitome of knowledge, what was in Nalanda, when he realized this monks could cure him, our priests would cure him, he slaughtered 10,000 priests and 20,000 students. When he realized that people from across the world will risk their life and come to study Nalanda, he wanted to destroy it. Because Nalanda was burning for 7 or 9 months. It was multi-storied and Modi ji is restoring it back. Why would you burn a library? Because you were scared of the knowledge what was inside. You were scared of those teachers. You were worried about how powerful Sanatana Dharma is. And exactly that is happening now. Today, you don't have the liberty to go and burn down ISRO or go and do like this. If it was France, you would have even done it, because there they have been burning libraries, they have been burning churches. Well, that's France's problem, not ours. But here, we did not have telescope, but Umeji says we didn't have microscope. It was all Jyotisha. It was all science. Who calculated the distance between Earth and Sun? Who gave 108 ka concept? What is the 108? How did we give so many astonishing concepts of mathematics, trigonometry, chemistry, physics, and astrophysics to the whole world? And now the same civilization is being mocked. Our scientists are being mocked because they went to Sri Tirupati Balaji to seek his blessings. Because we know at the end of the day, everything is Bhagwan. There's nothing beyond God. There's nothing beyond Shiva, right? In every Kan, there is a Shiva. That's what Shiva is. That's why I wish everybody on the occasion of Shivratri today. Now, when these things become more and more prevalent to the world, and especially Sri Sir, when we are able to deliver things at a peanuts cost, right? There was a time ISRO has been suffocated for budget. Let me take you back. Politics of it. ISRO was sophisticated, they were suffocating. They had no budget. And they were at the point where it had started breaking up. And then Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, when he became the president and he was a scientist, he gave them some 200 crores and the organization somehow regenerated. Let me take you back into the history. Vikram Sarabhai, Dr. Homi Jahangir Baba, these were the people, Mr. Khurana, these were the people who really put their sweat, blood and life to make Indian organizations what they are. Right? But when you look at the Congress party, they say everything is done by Nehruji, everything is done by Indiraji, everything is done by Rajiv Gandhi. Sorry, Rahul Gandhi ne abhi kuch kiya nahi. Rahul Gandhi is work in progress. So they had done everything. Now, this is the picture wherein in 1960s, ISRO scientists are taking parts on a bicycle. You must have all seen rocketry. You must have all enjoyed rocketry. You must have seen how that gentleman, what all he had to face in life. I once had the opportunity to share a TV screen with him on a TV debate. I said, sir, it's my honor. I salute you. I could share the screen with you. It's a lifetime honor for me. Now, that is the zeal of our people. This is the work they do. Now, when they asked Pandit Nehru the budget, they say, why do we need space program? We are a garib country, na? We are a poor country. We don't need a space program. But there are pictures. If Sachinji can pull them, I think some of the relatives of Sri Rajiv Gandhi ji were once seen on an aircraft carrier, Indian aircraft carrier, and cycling and all. So these relatives could go on the only one aircraft carrier for a picnic. But ISRO scientists, we don't have money. And even Nehru ji once said, why do we need an army? We're a peace-loving country. Why hame army ki kya zarurat? Oh, this is how I think this is Rahul ji, Priyanka ji, Sonia ji, and Mrs. Gandhi. Achha, they're cutting the cake in an aeroplane, in a government taxpayers' money aeroplane. The birthdays were celebrated 32,000 feet above the air. I mean, that's good. That is what happens here. Now, when Modi ji went and last ISRO chairman, when he hugged him because the mission was not successful, that is how, that is the difference in the approach. Here, you see bullock carts are being used, cycles are being used. I told you, I have met these people. I'm talking from experience. I don't want to take the names, but I met these people. These people are magicians. They do wonders. These people are DRDO, these people are ISRO. That is why they're on the target of Pakistanis. Last time I have been warning you about the Pakistani honey trapping and how these people are on the target. I believe a lot of people have got lessons, and thankfully our video got good traction thanks to all of you. It has cost 500,000 views already. I'm more happy. I wanted to cross million, not for us, because I want more and more people to be aware of the danger. So coming back to the subject, so these liberals have been always walking us. These liberals have been walking down the water. When Pandit Nehru was asked to give us budget, he said, why do we need the budget? Pandit Nehru is the person who gave our UNSC membership to China. Pandit Nehru is the person who said, Hindi Chini bhai bhai, right? You know what happened in 1962? In 1962, we had the option of using the Air Force. China did not have the Air Force, but we chose not to use. Pandit Nehru said, I am the last British serving India or living in India. So from those days where we used to import from bulletproof jackets, where we had imported bulletproof jackets with holes, where we used to import 80 to 90% of the Navy's ammunition, where we would not think of a space mission, where we will not even dream of anything which had high-tech technology, Now we are not able to do it. We are able to do it in time. We are able to do multiple wishes, and we are able to do it at a cost which is astonishing the whole world, even the NASA. Now this cabal is it. And on the top of that, our scientists go to take blessings of Sri Tirupati Balaji. That is their kingdom more. That Hinduism is coming, Hindu ethos is coming. Now, if you look at the United States, I read somewhere there are 42,000 yoga studios and there are more than 5,000 meditation centers. So what is this happening?
Sumit ji, एक आंकड़ा बताऊं आपके लिए. One statistic for our viewers: 1 in 10 United States resident citizens is a yoga practitioner. 1 in 10. 36 million people.
Awesome. That's why I was amazed, sir, when I looked at 42,000 yoga centers and 6,000 meditation centers. And some of them have reached to the level of, yoga sadhana. I kind of saw one interview where the one Firang was able to do yoga sadhana. He was talking about Kundalini and all. I was amazed how far the things have reached. Now, this invasion of India, I will call it invasion for it gives me pleasure. When we are not trying to invade anybody, we are not trying to put a gun to somebody's head. There is no crusade, there is no renaissance. We are not converting people by entrapment, by luring them or putting a sword on their neck, wherein people are realizing the power of Sanatana dharma and converting. Wherein people are seeing how good the Hindu faith is, where people are seeing how brilliant India is. And let me talk something about India. Now, if you talk about my country, my demographic dividend, Sri sir, is going to last for next 70 years. And now there were some reports out very recently, will be the second biggest economy after China. But I don't agree to that. Will be the first biggest in next 50 years because China will not be there. I can give that in writing with my sweat and blood. China will not be there as what we see China today. So it will be the number one economy. We have the highest growth rate, right? We are developing so many things, right? And understand the difference. There is a difference between putting your feet and having fun, and understand the difference in this Pakistan. That's a good one. That's a good one. So, when we are having these demographic dividends, when the UPI will be available and working in France, when we're buying the equipment, when France is doing a joint venture with us, where we'll be developing the joint, jet engines, where technology transfers are happening, we are becoming more and more resilient, where the GDP is increasing, where we have hardly around 15 million people now left below the poverty line. We have elevated all, where we will have the biggest middle class. And in the next 30 years, we'll have more than 1 billion people in the middle class. This will be the biggest middle class in the whole of world. We have more than 800 million youth. Our UPI is already in 40 countries. There are 24, 25 countries which are willing to do rupee trade with us. The technology transfer is happening wherever our Prime Minister is going. The red carpet is being, rolled out. Let it be Arabs, let it be French, let it be Americans, let it be Italians, let it be Australia, or let it be Papua New Guinea. I mean, you can see that kind of a reception for hardly any leader in the world. And when we are cooperating and thinking of the mankind and taking everybody together, that is irking the cabal. So how to bring India down? How to downplay the India's achievements? The only way to downplay is doubt everything what India says. Find the hole in everything what India says. Say these Indians are good, but they are fanatic. These Hindus are good, but they are old-minded. Purana khayal hai. They want to still go to a temple. Tell me something. When United Kingdom is a Christian country, there are 57 Islamic countries in the world, 57 or 58. There are 8, 10, 12 countries by constitution which are Christian countries. And when a Joe Biden can swear by Bible, what is wrong, sir? When my scientists and my brothers and sisters go to Sri Tirupati Balaji, your God is God, my God is not. What is this hypocrisy about? You can go to a church, you can baptize everything, fine enough. But when we do the same thing, it becomes the talk of the town. It becomes a hypocrisy. And you start bringing in everything was done by Nehru, was done by Gandhi, was done by everything. And after that, nobody has done everything. Now, look at the number of aims we had in the time of Congress. Look at the number of aims we had today. Look at the IITs we had then. Look at the IITs. They have gone 4 times. Look at the IIMs, 4 times. MBBS seats doubled. MD seats doubled. Now, the vision is every district will have one IIT, 1 AM and 1 IM in the long run. Today, we are working on a project where we'll have 1 engineering college and 1 medical college in every district. Once that is achieved, 1 IIT, 1 IM and 1 AIMS in possibly every district. That is the long-term vision. See now how many doctors we have per 1,000. We have almost reached the United Nations numbers. See, the seats have been doubled. Everything is being worked at a rocket pace. But when you start doubting Indian vaccine, Indian pharma, Indian space mission, Indian Gaganyaan, Indian Chandrayaan, Indian medicine, Indian cloth, Indian technology. You start doubting everything. So somewhere down the line, the Cabal is trying to spoke wheels because the cut and commission Rajniti is gone. Everything used to have a cut and commission. When the cut and commission is not working, you want to put spokes or spanners in the wheel. You want to stop India from achieving what it is achieving. You want everybody to unfortunately end up as Mr. Nambi Narayan. He was lucky. I will tell you, he was lucky. And he was a strong man. He survived. And if you and me are put through that ordeal, we might have not survived. So you want everybody to go that way, or you want people to flee India. You want people, here Niklo, go flee India, go and work for anywhere, but don't work for India. You want Indians to work out of India and not for India in India. That is what your game plan is. I can see through your game plan. Your game plan is make it so tough, make it so difficult that the people either give up or they just start leaving the India and working for somebody else. Is it untrue? A lot of doctors are in United States are of Indian origin today, a majority of them. Is it untrue? A lot of people in NASA are of Indian origin. Is it untrue? And if you look at the deans of all the universities, they're mostly Indian. If you look at the faculty, they're Indian. When India is trying to do for India, within India, living in India, that is where the problem is. Then how will we import? How will we get How will we get commission? How will these companies in Mauritius and Singapore and Dubai and all, how will they work? How will these round tripping of the money happen? So demeaning is the only way, because when you demean them, when you ridicule them, they will lose their confidence. The people will start looking at them in a different way. Their families will say, "Bhai, kyun karte ho? Why are you doing this?" A lot of us who do this, our families question us, "Why the hell are you doing this? You don't have better things to do." But somebody has to be the torch bearer. Somebody has to take the bull by horns. That is how the country will run. Now see how one man, how one honest man, Narendra Modi, how he has transformed India in last 9 years. How has Narendra Modi ji transformed India in 9 years? What was considered impossible, nahi ho sakta, nahi kar sakte, we don't have the technology, we don't have the money, we don't have the resources, we don't have anything. Now suddenly in 9 years, with the same technology, with the same money, with the same set of people, everything works. We are able to deliver. This is what is irking the Cabal. And especially when it comes to Hindu belief, that is assault on their injury. They want to really, really tell us, look, you Hindus are inferior. And these people of the Western civilization, they're superior because they dress superior, they think superior, they have their superior. I have nothing against the West. I have nothing against the West, right? We have nothing against the West. But the problem here is that I would like to take my pride and give my people what is due by going to Sri Tirupati Balaji's mosque. Why you are not talking about the 57 Islamic countries? Why you are not talking about the Pakistan, which is the Islamic country by design? And these Pakistanis, some of them have taken European passports, and not only European passport, they're coming to India and giving us lectures why India should be a secular country. What is wrong about Hindutva? Why Hindutva is bad? I mean, imagine the plight. Imagine. And these people who are flying, these gas balloons and trying to compete with us, they are giving us lectures on our civilization today. The grandson is teaching the grandfather how to, I will stop here, how to live a life. I'll stop here. But I had something else in mind. You know what I had. I am not going to talk. Now, these are the people who are doing this. They are the people who are talking, will send a mission man to we are competing with Indian economy, we are competing with everybody. The fact remains, NASA congratulated India on such a fantastic launch. People in China, where is this mighty China? Why is China amused? Why is China lost? These Chinese did not even congratulate us. We deserved a congratulation. They did not, because their even last moon mission did not work. Now, look at the money we are doing this. Look at the things we are doing. Still, we are told you are inferior, you cannot do it, your technology is not good, environment is not good. Oh, last time we talked about the semiconductors, how this whole cabal came together. Oh, India is gone, semiconductor dream gone, everything gone. India is betrayed, they don't have technology, they don't have everything. So these are the things what my friends, ladies and gentlemen, you need to be aware of. This is a moment of celebration, because after that, when we develop our cryogenic engines, what it helps? It helps in our rocket technology. It helps in our satellite technology. It helps in the range of our ICBMs. It helps in the space range. We are only the 4th country in the world to have a ASAT. ASAT is the missile which can bring down a satellite. We are only 4th country in the world. So if tomorrow somebody tries to mess with our GPRS systems, we can also mess with their GPRS systems. Why did Prime Minister Modi had to come and talk about it? Because this is a strategic deterrence. You have Agni 6, which is being given. You have K4 missiles. You have INS Arihant. You have so many things which are developed. So this space technology development also helps in a lot of these things. So, Sri sir, you were saying.
Sumitji, I just wanted to kind of summarize the thing for our viewers' benefit that, listen, these satellite launches, Chandrayaan, all these things will give you fundamental building blocks with which you can accomplish a lot more. That is the whole point. Today, people are talking about hypersonic missiles. That's what China claims to have a lead over the rest of the world. And India is not far behind. BrahMos is now already planning like 7x, 8x, x meaning the speed of light. Not speed of light, speed of sound.
Speed of sound.
Mach 1 is 1 times the speed of sound. So Mach 7 is 7 times the speed of sound. So already India is able to at least think about competing because they have the basic technology. That is what the ISRO thing has developed. See, this is where your soft power, your ability to be able to do it indigenously, because there has to be some secrecy about these things. You can't show what you have in your pocket until you have successfully tested it. Especially in war missiles, you never know. So a lot of those things are now going to be possible. Not saying that this is today available, but the fact that, it's like you have gehu, you have ground it, you have now atta. You can make chapatis, you can make parotas, you can make other things also. That is the point. So, Sumitji, thank you so much for giving us all this information. One thing I wanted to also add is the Kali Panchang took root in India from the time Kali Yuga starts, 3102 BCE, before Common Era. And through the 200 years of British occupation, I'm taking actually a loose number, it should be more, they tried their best to break down that, and they could not.
Correct.
Even today, everybody follows only the Indian system as far as Panchang is concerned, and you don't look at the British calendar system, because it's been proven to be accurate. It's been proven to be accurate. I just wanted to give that there are some values in this. If you know exactly your time of birth and place of birth, then the astrology can accurately predict your future. But remember, the data has to be accurate. It cannot be, I think I was born near Varanasi. No, you need to know the exact place in Varanasi where you are born. And you need to know within an accuracy of 1 to 5 minutes. The more accurate you are about your time of birth, the more accurate your astrological chart will be. If you want to finish up, summarize for a minute or so, then we can take questions. Go ahead.
Sri sir, even when you look at, we have a missile system called Shaurya. I think Shaurya we are already doing at Mach 7, Mach 8. And BrahMos 2, we have even done some testing. Now, there's some media buzz, we have done some testing, and BrahMos 2 is already a hypersonic missile. Some initial testing is done. It is not, I won't be amused, I won't be surprised that we already have something in place which we will choose to announce, not to announce, and when to announce, and how much to announce, how much not to announce. So these, what Sri sir rightly pointed out, the point I was trying to make, these are the building blocks for the bigger things to come. So don't see it as in isolation, because even some liberals question, when you have children who are not having food to eat, why are you spending 600 crores on a Chandrayaan? What is the need? Why can't we buy milk and give to the children? These are the people who are trying to stop the country, dishearten our scientists, ask our scientists to flee. There is no future for you here. Leave the country. Why are you working for India? Why are you wasting time here? And this Nehru, Gandhi, where you bring in, what are you trying to do? You are trying to bring down the achievements of the present government, the present generation, the present dispensation. This is what we have to be very, very careful about. And when these are the people who mock everything that is Indian, they talked about everything and they ridiculed everything what was Indian. And I have seen relatives of late Sri Rahul, Rajiv Gandhi ji and Sonia ji, they were on an aircraft carrier and they were bicycling. I mean, these are the days which are, there are videos, there are pictures from the, Google. And you have a selfless man who has not taken shutti for last 22 years. And he is working his life blood for the country. That is irking a lot of people. That is the way they want to stop. Anything he will touch, they will say it is touched by the demon. It will doom. It will bring disaster to you. It will bring this to you. Anything which is not Western, anything which does not comply to Western standards mindset is down market, is crass. You should discard it. Anything which is Western, anything which, resonates their thought process and their belief system, that is the gold standard. This is the new canard which is being built in, and this is the canard what we need to fight together. So Chandrayaan is a great achievement. Today, Shivratri, congratulations for that. Congratulations to ISRO. Congratulations to Government of India. Congratulations to everybody, and congratulations to all my brothers and sisters in India, out of India, wherever you live. It is a day to celebrate, and it is a day to rejoice. On this, I'll stop my narration for the day, and we'll move to question answers. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sumit ji. And now let's take a few questions, please. Stone wants to know, I think we should start defense bonds for public to buy in the defense of India. Would be a win-win for Hindustan and her people. Your thoughts, brother?
Stoneji, I think Prime Minister Modi gave a hint in France. He told the NRI or brothers and sisters there, it is the time to invest in India. Baad mein ye nahi bolna, maine bola nahi tha. I think the hint was subtle, the hint was clear. We have already come up with gold bonds, we are coming with defense bonds. And I will do a program separately on one big initiative which we are coming. You know, that is a revolutionary concept, but I don't want to lose the shade of the of the show. I will do a separate show on that. This is good you reminded me. We'll do a show on that. Right.
Thank you. Next question, please. Pawan Kishore wants to know, Namaskar Sumit ji, Sri Ayar ji, can SC reverse abrogation of Article 370? Can Supreme Court 2018 judgment of SC that declared 370 acquired permanent status have any influence?
Sir, to the best of my knowledge, SC will only look at what is the procedure and practice how 370 was abrogated. It was and it will be a temporary project. As long as the Government of India and the Parliament of India decides to revoke it, it has all the rights. It was meant to be temporary and it has been revoked. So there is nothing wrong legally. Only what is questioned is the process and the procedure. So that is only in discussion, nothing more than that.
Rahul Rathod wants to know, sir, your views on the so-called right-wing guys' excessive obsession with Pak. They regularly go to Pak YouTube channel or invite them to their channel except Sumit and Gaurav ji. Everyone else is soft on them.
Rahul ji, I've stopped going there because I realized this is all al-taqiya. I think Gaurav ji has also stopped going there because we don't want them to get subscribers from India, putting us on the channel and making money out of us. When our government doesn't want to talk to them, doesn't want to do a nickel of business with them, don't you think it's your mind and everybody's responsibility to make sure that we don't earn money for them? How can you and me be earning money from them, and that money will be used for jihad, ghazwa, madrasas, radicalization, and what all not? So even if I talk today, now the ISPR's new strategy is, you know, if you look at the channels carefully, Rahulji, the new strategy, dangerous strategy of ISPR is, we have same culture, we have same DNA, we are all same, let's do friendship. What is same between you and us? Nothing. There is nothing same between you and us. And your DNA has been radicalized for 75 years. There's nothing same. They are trying to infringe on our achievements. And you see everybody will be singing the same tone. Now it is onus is on you, on me, on all of us Indians, that how do we defeat these nefarious designs of these jihadis?
Next question, please. Mangat Ranga wants to know, Namaskar ji, proud moment for India with PM as chief guest in France Day also gets highest civilian award. Raga feels Rafael was ticket. Jairam mocks Chandrayaan. Don't they have any pride?
If they had any pride, sir, they would not be from 450 seats. The party is reduced to 50 seats. I mean, if you lose 90% of your seats in due course of time and you're the grand old party, there's something wrong. The problem is, if I can be direct here, there's some people within that sector who do not like India, who do not like Hindu, who do not believe in Hindu faith, who do not believe in Hindu ethos, and they still think we as Indians, and especially Hindus, are snakes, charmers, and rope trick guys. We have not gone beyond that. That thing of that, you know, Western is the dominance. What I'm trying to get across in this hangout, me and Sri sir, is that thing which is built. Western is superior. Western is best. Western is great. Western is sustainable. Western is greatest. Anything that is Indian is down market, cheap, crass, sasta, bekar, local. I mean, that is the kind of narration that is being built. We are fighting. That is why anything that is Indian, they attack it. Anything that is indigenous, anything that is made in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, anything that can spell or that can put confidence in 1.4 billion Indians, they will attack it anyhow. This is on predicted lines, so we are not surprised. This is on predicted lines.
Next question, please. Thank you, Shmati. You're a regular donor. Thank you, Amod, History and Religions. Mr. Barani wants to know, what do you think will happen to the lady that came from Pakistan and married to Sachin? Why isn't the government silent on this? Why is the government? I don't understand.
Mr.
What is the
Barani,
latest, sir?
what is the latest is the government is in action. The things are being looked into. All the investigations done. I think all the agencies are looking into it. So this is not that straightforward. I want to thank people for the wonderful support they have given to our video, because this was an issue of national importance, and crossing 500,000 views is an achievement for all of us. But more than that is what it spells about is your contributions, your interest in the subject matter. And this video is equally important, because what I'm trying to get message, anything that is Indian pride, Indian stature, Indian benchmark, that is targeted mercilessly. Chandrayaan is only one of the subject matter. Tomorrow it can be vaccine, whatever you bring, they will target it, they will tarnish the image, they want to tarnish India. Now about the lady, I think very soon the things will be revealed. We'll see how it goes. And with every passing day, more and more revelations are coming. I don't know, somebody even told me, a source told me that she might be from a different profession in Pakistan. You know what I mean. I don't want to name it, but people told me might be from a different profession in Pakistan. And it's a very reliable source, which I have. So, but I don't have proof yet to kind of claim on it. If I would have definitely told you. But my eyes and ears are on. We'll keep on watching, because it's a national
Yes,
security.
indeed. We also revealed how many SIM cards we have, she had, and what are the places she got them from. So we have been first in many of these information. So stay tuned, guys. That's why we keep asking you to like our video right at the beginning. Go ahead, sir.
And in fact, she said today, Times of India had the same article about this honey trapping by Pakistani, Pakistani ISI, and we have described the unit 412, JX, JI, JA, and how does 412 work, and what is the modus operandi. Now today, even the mainstream national media has picked it up, because we were the first ones to talk about it. It is very difficult, sir, for you and me to bell the cat, to take the bull by horns. But when it comes to national pride, when it comes to Sanatana dharma, when it comes to Hindustan and Hindu, we'll be the first ones to take. We don't mind. Whatever happens is okay. We'll take the bull by the horn and we'll talk about it. We had the courage to talk about it the first time. Others followed suit. Now, I was happy to see that, article coming in at UI, which is good. So more and more people will know, and that kind of reiterates what we have been warning people about time and again. Right.
Unknown wants to know why DMK ministers like Kanimozhi, she was not a minister, Kanimozhi tweets negative about Sanatana dharma. She said that Tamilians have nothing to do with Sanatana dharma. She's an idiot. What do you want me to tell? She's a very hypocrite. She's a liar. She was caught on Neera Radia tapes telling Neera Radia that, oh, I went to this audio store to buy some, what's his name? The guy, Pakistani singer.
Rahat Fateh Ali Khan.
Rahat Fateh Ali Khan. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and Rahat Fateh Ali Khan's video, audio cassettes. Why would you want to go and buy these things if you don't understand Urdu? She is pretty educated. These are all hypocrites. They want to show themselves off as something in front of their electoral constituency. They don't care for everybody else. They know they just need to get elected. For that, they need the votes of some people who are gullible enough to believe in whatever lies she puts out. That's all I can say. Most of DMK is like this. What can we say? We can only point out that these are all the wrongs, but it's up to the voter. It has to reach to the most illiterate voter to understand what is going on there. Until then, we have to keep trying. Next question from Prashant KK. Good day, Sumitji and Sriji. Vishwaguru in the making. What is the problem with the Marxist missionary and mullah who don't believe in our dharma have a problem with the scientists visiting temples?
Prashantji, very good question. This is what I've been telling you. There are so many things in our dharma, because it's not the topic for that. Someday I'll pick it up. I mean, if I can give you 1001 examples, you will be astonished. I just give you one about the Panchangs. How for last 5,000 years our Panchang is able to predict what your modern billion day tools are able to do it now for last 50 years. We've been doing it for 5,000 years with 101% accuracy. How? There were no telescopes, no microscopes. There was not even a chashma. When that power is unleashed, when our economy becomes bigger, this is a direct threat to Islamic faiths as such. So that is why you see the cabal which is operating against us is from all fronts, sir. It is from all fronts. Don't say it's only mullahs or missionaries. It's everybody, because they know that this is an imminent threat. For example, I'll give you one example. there is a temple in Sambhal. Babar destroyed the Sri Ram temple. Then he destroyed one more temple. That temple was in Sambhal. You will be surprised to know, out of the whole world, why did he go to Sambhal? Bhai, Sambhal mein kya karna tha? There were so many temples to destroy. Because somebody told Babar that it is this place where the Kalki avatar, the last avatar of Sri Hari Vishnu, will come and save Sanatana Dharma and earth. So he wanted to go and destroy that temple. He used the rubble of the temple to build the mosque, so that the temple's sanity and pavitrata is lost. And that is what was the idea. Why did Bakhtiyar Khilji burn Nalanda? Nalanda was a university. It took months for Nalanda to burn because he realized the power what these books had, what these Sanatanis had. So why are people scared of Modi? Because he cannot be bought, he is not corrupt, and he is devout. He's a true nationalist. That is right. That's the reason they are scared of Modi. Otherwise, why do they want a Mili-Juli Sarkar to come? Why do they want a Khichdi to come here? Because then their agendas can work through. Then we would have imported the vaccines. Then we would be buying even the bulletproof vest with holes on it. Right? I'll tell you something. I didn't want to bring this up, but let me bring it up as you asked Prashantji. Do me a favor, Prashantji. Go and watch Kargil war videos. Right? That time the war was thrusted on us. Pakistan screwed us. Betrayed our trust. How many of our people have bulletproof jackets? Just see that. You will not find a lot. So even with all those odds, people like Vikram Batra, people like, Manoj Pandey, they gave their lives. Arun Khetripal, I can keep on counting names who gave their lives for this country. So there's a lot of blood which has went into this soil. And if you watch sometime happen to see Hindi song Teri Mitti Mein Mil Jaun, whenever I watch that, I get tears in my eyes. I cannot listen to that song even twice. So it is the reality. That song talks about the reality, though I don't like Manoj Muntashir by any standards now. But the song is the reality. This soil has sweat and blood in it. That's why we're able to live and breathe.
Next question, please. MS wants to know, with so many SC judgments against common sense and government of India, is it time for NIA to look at SC and judiciary in general, asking in context of 370? I have also one other observation. Right after this, I'll do that. Go ahead.
No, you see, basically NIA has a different objective. NIA is to look at the international angles. What we need is, I have been advocated for two things. We need something as a Patriot Act where we can act and hit them before they hit us. Second thing, we need a nationwide ATS, anti-terrorist squad, which has a jurisdiction across the nation. Secondly, we need a STF, which has a jurisdiction across the nation. NIA are the people who investigate. But I need these ATS, STF, and a Patriot Act. These are the three missing pieces. If you get these three things in place, this country will be much safer for you and my future generations to come. Sir.
Thank you so much, Sumitji. Before we go to the next question, I wanted to clarify one thing. The French need to investigate how it is that the Marseille library burned down so quickly, and also the church that burned down so quickly, because there is a teaching. I'm not assuming anything right now. They need to find out how it is that it got burnt so quickly. Was there an accelerant? If so, when somebody was spraying the accelerant, did the CCTV pick it up? I have no answers from these people because France is a developed country. They should have had fire extinguishers very quickly to get rid of the fire. How did it burn so much? So these are all questions. What happened in Nalanda could be easily happening here. And people have to learn from the lessons of the history. Otherwise, it will be repeating itself. So just wanted to put that out there. Next question, please. Mano San. While space sector is 400 billion and growing rapidly, 98% of its revenues come from satellites and services they offer. Only 2% from rocket launches. Why don't we sell satellite services more? We are selling. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I will answer you that question, sir. When you look at it's a long question, but I'll try to be very brief. The scarce commodity in the satellite business is the orbital slots. You cannot just put a satellite anywhere. There are assured orbital slots which are on sale. If you put a satellite up in the sky, it has a life of 5 to 15 years, depending on GEO, MEO, and the LEO satellite and the band it uses. And there's something called as a SFD value under the transponder spacing, and the guard bands used. So with all these things, you determine the age of the satellite. I can talk about it, but we don't have time. So when these frequency slots are expensive, even today, India, whatever the frequency slots we have up, even we are not able to meet our own satellite requirements because the requirements of the country are increasing dramatically. We are hiring transponders from other providers. A lot of the American providers like GE is there, like Intelsat is there. A lot of them are there wherein we are buying the transponder space where ISRO leases from them and sublets them. So today we are developing this business. So we are leasing the services, but still we need to put a lot of satellites up in the sky before we are able to fulfill our demand and then sell it commercially. Ji.
Thank you so much, sir. And Dinesh Kumar, thank you so much. It's a happy day. Why are you so serious, Sriji? I'm not serious. I'm just giving my undivided attention to Sumitji's, what he is saying. Thank you so much, Sumitji. And viewers, I have another program that is going to be airing in half an hour, and which is about the recent visit of Modi to the United States. Have Modi and Biden reset the India-US relationship? And if so, how? It's a very important topic. I've got 4 dignitaries coming on the channel. That is at 8:30 p.m. IST, and then at 10 p.m. IST, regular programming with Shekhar Ayerji, where we are going to talk some domestic politics. Also, Sumitji does consulting, and we just want to give you a quick shout out. If you want one-on-one sessions with him, here are his details. You can write to him, and it's Sumit Peer official at gmail.com. Send in your request, and then he will initiate the contact and then take it from there. Thank you so much, Sumitji. As always, a pleasure having you on our channel. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Namaskar, pranam, sadhuvad, and greetings to all and you, sir, for a fantastic occasion. We have two events to celebrate today. Namaskar, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.